Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we're back on this Craftsman LT1000, and for those of you that watched the week vlog series, this thing had a sexy oil leak. We fixed the seal, which is right at the bottom of the engine, the sump gasket, and the valve cover gasket. Those are the most common issues that happens on these intakes, and I don't know, I guess you gotta have, just like the Kohler Courageous, I guess you gotta have a lot of intakes to work on these engines. But we were using this thing after we fixed it, checked it every day, well not every day, but every couple of days there were no leaks. And we were using this parked in the garage, right where the grab mower is right now. And after, let's say about 2 weeks of not using it, this son of a bitch is once again leaking oil. You can probably, I don't know if you guys can see the puddle there, but I got them. I want to make sure this mower's in front so I can film this video. So what we're gonna do today is, it is once again leaking out of the seal. So at least our job is gonna be a little bit easier this time. And most people, what I have is thinking that it's hard to replace the seal. Realistically, if you guys saw the week vlog series, the video right here where I installed the seal, it's really not that hard at all. So all you need really is basic tools and basically getting at the start of small engine repair, which honestly I've been thinking about getting a small engine repair now for a little while. And yeah, so what we're going to do today is we're going to fix the seal. Well, in this video, for me, it's going to be about a couple days. I ordered the seal yesterday. It's not going to be until either tomorrow or Friday, or through Friday. I highly doubt it comes tomorrow, but what we're going to do today, or in this video, I should say, we're going to replace the seal. And also, what I want to do in this video is I want to see if this thing can cut. So, that's on the agenda. Maybe we can cut something along with it. Maybe. We'll see. I think we'll be good to go. I have to clean the deck still. Unfortunately, I've got to do it by hand because we don't have a working pressure washer. Although we have one in the corner here, we don't have a working hose. So, anyways, let's get into the repair. All right, first things first. What you're going to want to do is you're going to need to disconnect the battery. Ground first, positive second. Next thing we got to do is we got to take the hood off. These are really easy to take off. You just kind of leave one end out like that. And then you basically, there we go. But we got to disconnect the light first. And boom, the hood's removed. So on this side of the engine, all you're going to need to take off is your steer wire, your starter. You can just disconnect the 2 bolts. You're going to be okay. Your muffler. And that's pretty much it. And on this side of the engine, all you're going to need to take off really is your linkages, your throttle and choke linkage, your fuel line, and your fuel shaft cylinder. That's pretty much it. And then your engine's removed. Well, you gotta use the impact gun to get underneath to get your pulley off, which we're gonna get to that in a sec. And yeah, that's really it. And your engine's removed. Alright, as you can see, we now got the lawnmower jack up on the jack here, car jack. We got everything disconnected on the engine. Next thing you gotta do is you gotta get underneath to take the 4 bolts off. They're all 9/16. And then we're gonna get the air compressor running. I don't have it running yet, but I got the hose ready. I need to get the impact on that. And then we're gonna hit the bolt underneath to get this pulley off. It's a 5/8 socket. All right, we got her off here. And as you guys can see, yes, I did wear gloves. This thing is all covered in oil, so we're gonna have to get this cleaned up. But the engine's free now, so we'll be able to pull her off. Another smart thing to do, guys, before you take the engine off is drain. What I recommend is drain any oil that's left in the engine, because you don't want to lift all of that. So I recommend, before you take this engine off, drain whatever is left in the engine before you take it off. Oh yeah! She's off, boys. I expected. It's coming out of the seal. Now, I think I made a mistake on this last time, guys, if I'm being honest with you. I think that's why it leaked again. I think we're better off just resealing the whole engine and not dry the seal in a bit too much, because there is a hole somewhere around this engine. That's how oil sits on that seal. So we're going to have to take it off. But what I'm going to do now So I'm going to spend the time to clean underneath this engine now that the engine's off. I really don't want to do it, but I think I got to do it by hand in order to get this off. Normally I'll hit it with the pressure washer, but we don't have a working hose. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this off. We're going to clean it, and we're going to wait for the seal to come in for this. And yeah, we'll bring you along for the ride from there. Alright, ladies and gents, it's basically 5 o'clock, and I did get most of this cleaned up, giving you a little update here. I did get most of this cleaned up. I got most of it cleaned up underneath by hand. That took about an hour at least to get all this cleaned up by hand. But whenever the seal comes is when we're going to replace it. As you can see, I can say, guys, I think I drove it in a little bit too far. It should be a little bit off above wherever the hell that is right there. So it shouldn't be in. It should be flush, but a little in, because there's a hole on the other side of this. Maybe once we get it off, I'll show you where that hole is. That's going to let oil to fly through and whatever. But anyways, we're going to let this sit for maybe 2 days. I don't know. Whenever the seal comes is when we're going to do it. But we got all this cleaned up. So, yeah. And maybe I'll spend some time tomorrow while I'm off to clean the deck. So, and maybe we'll throw the deck back on. Maybe we'll try to cut with this thing when it's nice outside. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I'll see you guys when we get a new seal for that motor. Alright, it's a couple days later. The seal finally came. Here's the part number for it. Now what we're going to do first is I'm going to drill myself a screw on the seal here. But careful to not go all the way in. Well, you can go all the way in, but careful to not go too far in where it's going to damage. You're going to crack a block on the engine or whatever the hell that is. So what we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole or drill a screw here, and then we should be able to pry her out with some pliers. Okay, she came right off. All right, well, here's the old one. Yeah, and looks like we don't damage it at all. Let's clean it up real quick. I thought there was a hole in here. Double check. If you're not going through cans of cleaner, you're not doing the job right, because we're almost done on that one. I'm sorry. Okay, there's the hole. Let me show you guys. So right in there, that's your hole. That's where the oil comes out, and it sits on this seal. So you want to make sure you don't drive in all the way. What I like to do, what we're going to do is we're going to go make sure it's flush on the bottom of this, and maybe go in just a little bit. So what we're going to do, I am going to lube the inside of this with heavy duty grease. Actually, we're going to put it on the shaft and actually just slide this on in there. So it looks like it's going to be on there pretty good. So, and if you can, make sure it's the same size, which it is. So that's what we're going to do. It's time to throw her on. All right, we got the inside of it lubed with grease. Again, I'm using heavy duty grease. It's going to be on here really well. So all we got to do now really is simply put her on. Now this is the part where I really want to take your time. The best way to put these on is a PVC pipe or a big socket that fits right onto this seal. But you'd rather do it while this is off. We are not going to take it off. We're just going to leave it on. Or if you don't have any of those, get yourself a punch and a little hammer, and all you're going to do is get a slapper in there. Again, take your time and make sure it's on there flush. Even this job takes you all day to get the seal on. Take your time. You really don't want to rush. Make sure it spins on here. Looks like it's going to be on here pretty good. And again, if you can, try spinning the engine over, because it's going to be spinning at speed. So you really want to be careful. And it looks like we're going to be good to go. So I think we're ready to put this back on the machine. So let's go put her back on. Alright guys, it's around 5 o'clock again. Gonna call it a day here. But I did get everything back on the machine. I did clean this up with WD-40. It looks really good now. Kind of look brand new, honestly. I did put some blue Loctite on these two bolts because beforehand I was wiggling this and these were coming off. So what I did is I put some blue Loctite on these, and we're going to let this sit overnight. I'm probably going to mow the lawn tomorrow. So as you see, we got the deck back on and got everything back on the machine. And we'll see if this thing can cut tomorrow. I'm really excited. There's no oil in this machine yet. So I'm going to wait till tomorrow to put it in. And obviously what we're going to go in with, I don't know if you see over there, but it's full synthetic oil. But yeah, we're going to try this thing tomorrow. And hopefully all of our hard work pay off. Alright guys, it's the next day. It's time to test this thing out. What we're going to do is we're going to put some full synthetic 10W30 in. We're going to try this. And I am going to put some gas in here. And I forgot, I did put a new carburetor on this thing. This carburetor, believe it or not, came off of this one. This is the one where it will run and then stop. You have to do that multiple times before you finally get the thing going on this one. New carburetors on this one. And all I did to this one, guys, let me show you. Just, yeah, I got a lot of carburetors here. This is the old one, right? So this one is completely flat. Whereas this one, there's this nipple up top. So all I did was cut that off and to make sure I got the same fuel shutoff solenoid on this carburetor that's on that one right now. So that's really the only difference, and hopefully this thing will fire right up, but I'm not going to try it yet because I think I got to take my sister to work. So, but first we're going to, and as you can see, there's no oil in it. So when you're done with your install, double check to make sure there's no oil in the machine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put some oil in this thing. It's pretty straightforward. This engine takes about, I think, 1.2 quarts, and we're at about 4 right now. So we're going to try and see if it works. Okay, we're right over 3. So we're going to check really quick. Now, I put a quart in this, it was right at the line. So, alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to check it. We're just going to lay our dipstick in the hole. And we are almost there. So we're going to add a little bit more. We're probably going to go to about 3. Alright, round 2. And we're basically good. We're almost at the second line, but I think we'll be good to go. If you twist this on, you're going to be good to go either way. So we're going to do that to make sure. And yeah, we're good to go. So we're slightly overfilled, but I think we should be okay. Double check it again to make sure. And yeah, we're right in between the 2 dots. That's where you want to be. So we'll be good to go, I think. Yeah, I'm going to put a cardboard underneath to see if there's any leaks. We'll fire her up. Alright, fellas. We have no leaks. Check the cardboard. There's no leaks. We already choked it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn this on. And I also checked. We have no leaks in here also. Yeah. Ain't nothing else to do. Let's give her a shot. Let's turn the key. Here we go. Ooh. We tried. Okay. I wonder if we had to change the shut-off solenoid on that carburetor. So we're gonna give that a shot. Okay, guys, new fuel shut-off solenoid on. I was aided taking this off, thinking the gas was not gonna pour out, which it did. It laid all over this, all over the chassis, but most of this whole part is cleaned up. So the fuel shaft solenoid has been changed. So yeah, let's round 2. I wonder if we need to put the old car back on. Now I'm thinking about that. Alright, OEM style carb back on the original carburetor. The problem with this one, guys, is it runs, but it surges really crazy. So, you guys saw it in previous videos. This thing was surging like crazy as soon as we turn it on. But hopefully now that we put the original one on, because I want to see this thing get cut. I haven't cut with this thing, if I'm being honest, in like 10 years. So, we mow with this at the old house. I think I mow with this here, if I remember. So, I really want to... My bad. I really want to see this thing get cut. So, round 3. All right, here we go. Round 3. Brake is in. Choke's in. Come on, baby. Alright guys, we're going to call it quits here. We got a good runner. The belt slipped off when I tried to move it this way to go in reverse, or try to go in reverse, the belt slipped. So I have a feeling we're going to have the same problems when this leaked the first time, is the belt kept slipping off, and I'm not in the mood to get another belt. But like I said, my aunt did tell me a trick where, I'll show you guys real quick, where you hold the brake in, and then you slowly release the clutch. You just got to keep doing that until it stops slipping on you. So, if your belt keeps slipping, try that trick. It is going to piss you off, like it did to me, but it ended up working until this son of a bitch decided to leak again. But we did replace the seal. We got a carburetor underneath. We're going to check again in about 24 hours to see if there are any leaks. But we just finished mowing the lawn, so, and I'm going to clean the deck off. Make sure you guys clean your decks when you're done mowing. So, it could cause your deck belt to slip is maybe you're not cleaning your deck off. So, that could be a problem. If you're not cleaning your deck off, please do. Get a leaf blower like this, or you get your air compressor running. So, that's going to be it, guys. I promise I will film me trying to cut with this thing, because I haven't cut with this thing in 10 years, at least. So, I was using this thing at our old house up the street, which is completely upgraded. So, we were using this thing, and then it started leaking oil there. So, this was leaking oil for a while. And like I said, this engine is from 1999. And how do I know it's from 1999? I don't know if the camera can get it, but it's right there. That's how you can tell on these older engines when your engine was made. So right here, 1999, May 4th. So that's where you can tell when your engine was made. So a little fun fact for you. Obviously, the first one is the part number for your engine. It's also on your valve cover, but it's not on here. It's right there. That's your model number. That's where you find the parts for this engine. So, but we're going to check again to see if there's any leaks. When I looked under the seal, I didn't see any. So, but we'll check again. Probably going to drive this around the yard a little bit to make sure everything runs good. I'm not going to test the blades yet, because I'm going to make sure I do it on camera. So, anyways, guys, good news is we got this thing going, back going, I should say. It's just, this carburetor can be a pain in the dick sometimes. You're better off just throwing a new one on. Don't even bother looking at your parts, which they're over there. Don't even bother looking at, I had to throw some out, so new one on, guys, to save you a ton of time and money. Time is money. So, anyways, that's it for me, guys. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Give her a like, subscribe, follow if you want to see this thing cut. I do so bad, but it's a weighing game. Hopefully, if this thing doesn't leak, hopefully by the end of the season, she'll be back cutting. So, anyways, that's it for me. Hopefully y'all enjoy. I'll see you all hopefully soon with this thing. And as always, have a good day, everyone.